Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Hi, Vishnu. Hi, Varun. So, my name is Naveen, and I will be taking today the top colleges under MHCET, the expected cutoff, what are the cutoffs for different categories, and what are the top three colleges, what are their admission process, as in, after the result is out, what you have to do next. We're also going to look into the initial dozen of the top dozen colleges under MHCET. What are the percentiles that they go for, and going by the last year's process, what was the last rank that they actually agreed upon for the intake? Yeah, yeah. Hi, Pradeep. So this is our score versus percentile comparison over the past 3 years. So rank 1, that person scored 165 in the year 2019. In 2020, it dropped to 159. And last year, it was 170. So last year paper was relatively easier than as compared to 2020 CET. That's why the score was lesser. A 99.99 percentile, you will see that there is a difference, right? So there is a difference of 12 marks in 2019. There is difference of 13 marks in 2020. And last year, there was a difference of only 11 marks. As you move downwards, as in if you go closer and closer towards 90 percentile or 99 percentile, you will see that the change in the marks is very minute, right? Because obviously the toppers, they are generally at a very high score. Then there is a huge margin between the consecutive ranks. So I believe the comparison will help you answer all the questions regarding as to how much I need to score in order to get a 99 percentile or a 99.5 percentile. So going by this year's trend, it's going to be very similar to 2021 or maybe a little less than it. So somewhere around 2019 CET and 2021 CET, you can compare. Somewhere around that is what you're going to get a percentile at a certain score, right? Okay. Yeah, hi everyone. So slot-wise comparison had already been done by a lot of different faculties at BYJU'S exam prep site. You can go and watch their videos as to what was the level of difficulty of the paper in each of the 3 slots of all the days exams, so that you will have an idea which one was the difficult slot, which one was the easiest slot. So easiest slot, they will get relatively lesser marks, and difficult slot people will get relatively more marks. That's how normalization happens, right? If you are going to solve more difficult questions, you won't be able to attempt or solve more questions, right? As compared to someone who had an easier slot. So now they do the normalization depending upon the level of difficulty of the questions. So 99.99 was at 159, 99.98 was just 3 score less, 99.97 was at 3 score less, 99.96 was just a score less, 1, 1. 99.92 I have not written, so there is a change of 0.02 percentile, that was at a change of 4 marks. So if I move to the next slide, you can see that in order to get a 90 percentile, your score should be 99, going by the last year's trend, right? This year it's going to be somewhere around 96, 97 to 99. So it was as easy as last year. Some slots were a little difficult. At a score of 91, you will be able to attain only an 85 percentile. At a score of 86, you will attain only 80 percentile. At a score of 66, you will get only 50 percentile. So I believe none of you are looking into anything below this. At least 95 percentile is what you require to get into one of the good colleges, right? Acha, CAT के questions, as in the level of difficulty was more, right? Diluted gaming. हाँ श्याम, एग्जाम की टेंशन, फिर कट ऑफ की टेंशन, और उसके बाद फिर GDPIs की टेंशन, फिर उसके कन्वर्शन की टेंशन. वंस यू गेट इनटू एन MBA कॉलेज, उसके बाद वहां की पढ़ाई की टेंशन, फिर वहां जॉब की टेंशन, जॉब में फिर कमाई की टेंशन, टेंशन अब खत्म नहीं होने वाला. बचपन में ऐश था, अब नहीं होगा. हाँ रिदम, so this is all normalized. Normalized as in if I look at all the scores. Because the final score is not slot wise. Final score is after the normalization happens, right? This slide is important now. Last year, okay, 21-22 year, what was all India cutoffs for round 1 and round 2 common admission procedure? CAP stands for common admission procedure. So at what percentile or at what rank a student can expect a call, or should be able to convert a call in the top 12 colleges that I have listed. Okay, so the top colleges considered as Jamnalal Bajaj, right? JBIMS. This last rank, so the orange one is your round 1, the second one is round 2. So in round 1, the last rank that they had asked a student to come in was at a rank of 42, and the percentile of that student was 99.97. After the first round was done, then not all the seats were filled, so there were some seats vacant. So in order to cover that up, they had asked, they went for round 2. So round 2 list, when it was out, the last rank holder who got into JBIMS had a rank of 55, and that person's percentile was 99.95 for the course that they show, right? Which is MMS course. SIMSREE, first round 166 rank. Okay. Second round it was 171. Then you had 99.86 percentile, 99.85. And if I look at the top 3, the last rank is 321. That's what you have in the last rank. If you had more than 321, you couldn't, as in it means that you cannot go into the top 3 colleges, right? If I look at the top 12 colleges, the last rank that they had accepted in was 1751 rank, which was at a percentile of 97.98. Okay. No Riyaz, it doesn't matter. If the slot was that easy that students had attempted all questions, and please, you know, no, exam दिया ना स्कूल में, कॉलेज में, कुछ ऐसे लोग होते बाहर आके बोलते फोड़ दिया, सारे क्वेश्चंस कर लिए. जब स्कोर आता है तो पता चलता है कि क्या करा है उन्होंने, right? So don't listen to people who are saying that I have attempted all the questions, I have attempted 190, 180 questions, सारे मेरे सही हैं. सब झूठ है, ऐसा नहीं होता. ठीक है? Even if this slot was easy, and there will be hardly 1 or 2 person who will be doing that. But anyways, if the slot is that easy, that MAHCET finds that, you know, इस slot में सबका बहुत आया, so they will normalize and bring their scores very low. And if at a particular slot they find all the students are struggling, so they will not assume that all the students in this slot are bad. So they are going to be like, सारे अच्छे students इधर भी हैं, but they were not able to attempt enough number of questions. इनका score high नहीं है, तो उनको बहुत बढ़ा देंगे. That's what normalization is, right? Because they can't repeat the questions. They have to give new questions for every slot, because if they repeat it, later slot students are going to have a lot of advantage, right? Paper was lengthy. Yeah, I also came to know. Okay. So now let's look at college wise. The top 5 colleges, what was their cutoff based on Maharashtra? Okay, the state wise. So we looked at all India seats, right? All India mein there are no reservations, right? They are general. All the seats are general. For the top 5 colleges, state wise, what were the scores, what were their percentiles, and what were the ranks, the last ranked person. So this was general open for at a rank of 55 that we have seen, right? The last rank. And this is 507 for CS, sorry, SC. So this SC stands for scheduled caste and this S stands for state. ST state. Okay, so you have those all. So you have got orphan, you have got EWS, okay, you have got OBC state rank, you have got NTA, NTB, NTC. People who are appearing from Maharashtra, they would know all these differentiation or the categorization of seats under reservation. So a person who is an orphan can get into JBIMS at a percentile of a little over 95 and a rank is going to be somewhere around 3091, which is 3100-ish ke aspas last year people got into. So you always compare it with the latest year, right? Assuming that the paper is same. So unless and until the results are not out and the calls do not come, we cannot very accurately predict कि इस year क्या होने वाला है. As in 22-23 academic year, I can't exactly say कि 3050 would be the last rank for orphans. नहीं बता सकते. Not possible. Right? Okay. This is the next cap round. Okay. So cap round 2. This is round 1. This is round 2. In round 2, what you will find is they had, for example, for TFWS category, in round 1, the last ranker was 35. Seats were not filled. So in the second round of admission process, the last rank holder that got into JBIMS was 194. These are the last rank holders who got into the college. Okay. The result is going to be out, Riya, somewhere around first week to second week of September, around that. So assume in the next 3 weeks, you will have your results with you. Now, what is the admission process of JBIMS? Is it like the result is out and they will be like, oh, you have got a rank of 21, come in, come in, come in. No, ऐसे नहीं होता. So what is the process of JBIMS admission? Once the score is out, the next round is group activity. Then you have got written ability test. Then you have an interview and then you are finally selected. Okay. So all of these activities or all of these stages, they carry marks. So what JBIMS does is they give an application rating known as AR to shortlist the candidates for the college. Okay. What are the categorization, as in what are the weightages? The MAHCET score is given a weightage of 60%. 10-12 graduation marks is given as a 15% weightage. Extracurricular and work experience is given as 20. And diversity is given as 5. So under diversity, you have what was your stream, right? In your graduation, right after 12th. Are you from engineering stream? Are you from arts and commerce? Are you from humanities? Are you a doctor? Are you a CA? So they give the weightages, right? What are the weightages for each of the streams, for each of the diversity? That is not mentioned. They may also include gender. Okay, if they find that lesser number of girls are there in the top ranker, so they will include the gender diversity so that more girls can come in. Now, the criteria for this AR is going to be 20% for group activity, personal interview is going to be 60% and group discussion is going to be 20%. Now, this is the highest that you have. So your interview is very, very important. So once the results are out and you really want to convert it, please do join the GDPI programs. Okay, you may know that whatever they're going to ask, I'm going to answer it. Nahin, aise nahi hota. They're going to ask you things that you may not be even aware of. Okay, for example, what is currently happening in the country, Sweden? Is Brazil's GDP more than India's GDP? Or, you know, in the ascending order, please arrange the GDP of Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, India and Bangladesh in the increasing or decreasing order. So you have no idea unless and until you are very up to the mark in general awareness, economics, your profile. So you need to practice all of those. Okay. So candidates meeting the required AR cutoff, they are called for the in-person assessment round. So this is the assessment round which will happen. Okay. This is the assessment round. Around 1800 such candidates are called. Now, 1800 candidates are called, which is almost like 15 times of the total seats that JBIMS have, right? So JBIMS has a total of 120 seats. मतलब 15 लोग पे एक selection होगा. Agreed? Out of 15 students, only one will be selected. So it's a very, very tough competition. So if you were thinking that CET was difficult, wait until you get into that round of personal interview and WAT. And then finally, the final score is calculated. How is the final score calculated? It will give you 60% of your AR, the application rating, and they will give you 40% of your IPA. So this part is called IPA. Okay. So once this is calculated, then they are like, okay, we should be calling this, we should be calling this. Suppose your everything under AR was perfect. You had a 10 CGPA in 10th, you had a 90+% marks in 12th, you had 80+% in your graduation, your diversity is good, you have work experience, so everything is all good here. But if you screw up your interview, it will not be good enough to clear the cutoff and get a call, as in to be able to convert a call. So out of everything, personal interview is the most important part of JBIMS admission process. नहीं, GD नहीं है. Group activity and group discussion में अंतर होता है. Okay, Samir? हाँ, not for Maharashtra. This is for outside state. For Maharashtra candidates, you have your score and they will call you. I'm talking about outside Maharashtra. Okay. Also, they have mentioned this on their website that the minimum total score required to be considered for MMS or MSc Finance is 50 for general category and 45 for reservation. Okay. Let's go to the next college, which is SIMSREE, right? Sydenham Institute of Management Studies, Research and Entrepreneurship Education. In short, we call it as SIMSREE, SIMSREE. This is for state cutoffs. So if you look at the cutoffs over here, you will realize that the last rank holder is 198 here. And if you remember, for JBIMS, it was only 55. So obviously, this college is ranked lower than JBIMS, right? But it is still the second best. Okay. So if you guys can revisit the video or take this screenshot, you will have an idea what to expect once the results are out. The next one is about other than home universities. Home universities means someone who has been studying from a university under SIMSREE. They have a different, classification or different cutoffs. Somebody who was studying from other university apart from SIMSREE within Maharashtra, they will have a different cutoff. Okay. So you can see that some of the ranks are huge, right? So it depends in which category you belong to. This is the second round cutoff. So if you look at the first round cutoff for open seats, the last rank holder was 198, hai na? First round. Not all the seats were filled because people who are appearing for MHCET will be appearing for other exams also, right? So they will prefer, oh no, I don't want to go to SIMSREE, I don't want to go to JBIMS, I want to go to some other college of their own choice. So not all the seats are covered in the first round of admission. So second round list is always taken out. So the last rank holder for open is 239. So you can see almost like 40 rank more was brought in, which means worst case scenario 40 students did not join in after the first cutoff was declared, right? So again, if you can take this screenshot or if you can revisit the video, you can go through all of this. What is the admission process for this? For the MMS and PGDBM, you have got your scorecards with you. Result announce ho chuka hai. There is an admission process, which is the open admission process, the counseling, and then you simply get into selection. Okay. Anyone who is getting into MMM or MFM, okay, so finance related agar udhar jana hai kisi ko, so they have got two stages in between. After your score is declared, you have to go through group discussion and personal interview. Again, this is for students, aspirants outside Maharashtra. And then only you can have your final selection. Okay, for MMM, MFM, freshers cannot join. There is a condition that you need to have at least 24 months of work experience in order to get into this course. Okay, and there will be a scrutiny. Scrutiny as in if you tell them that you have 2 months of work experience, if you have already filled it in the form, they are going to ask you to show them the work experience certificates, the ITR form maybe which you have filled, or maybe last 3 months salary slip. So they will let you know beforehand what all documents are required for the scrutiny. ऐसे हवा में बोल देने से कि मैं 5 साल से काम कर रहा हूं और एडमिशन नहीं मिलेगा. They need to check if you were really working for the last 2 years at least. PGDM diluted is common for all these streams, all the verticals. ठीक है. Third best school, Welingkar, right? So for Maharashtra state, the round 1 cutoffs were these. As you can see, the cutoff is much more than that of SIMSREE's. So that's why this is considered as the third best college. And you can see that the percentile required is still nothing less than 99.6 percentile, right? So if you want to get into top 3 colleges, must just pray, because you have already done your hard work and appeared for the exam. You have already given your best so far. अब बस pray करो कि बाकी लोग का अच्छा ना गया हो exam, so that your percentile gets better, right? Percentile is not about मेरा कितना अच्छा गया. It's also about बाकी का कितना खराब गया. So again, this is about home universities, as in somebody who is under Welingkar school university itself and they want to take admission back. And it is about other universities that they want to come to Welingkar. Okay? So these are the categorization. What about round 2? In round 2, it almost increased to 120 ranks. Not 120, sorry, 60 ranks. 295 was the last rank for open. Hai na? This becomes 359. So, as you move down towards, colleges which are not in the top 3, top 5, you will find that the rank change becomes larger and larger. Okay. If you will go through the videos and if you do not find every category or reservation listed again in the second round, it means in the first round itself, that was covered, that was completed. For example, if you look at GSTH over here, in the first round of admission, the last rank holder called was 6537. Here you were called 7339, right? And if you look at G and TCH, this category, the last rank holder was 1934. You do not have G and TCH again in the second round. Kyun? Because in the first round, all the seats under that reservation was completed. So they did not have enough seats vacant. Welingkar, JBIMS, SIMSREE, these colleges, they take GMAT also, they take CAT also. Some of these colleges, they take even NMAT, they take GMAT. So there are a lot of exams that they take in. So obviously, if you want to get into Welingkar, you have, I believe, at least 4 different exams that you can take in order to get it. Similarly, for JBIMS, you have got at least 3 different exams. It will take in CET, CAT and GMAT. What is the process, admission process for Welingkar? You have written your exam, your score is out, there will be a group activity, then it will be a personal interview and eventually selection. It's not like you have got a rank and Welingkar would be like, Aja, admission ho gaya tumhara. Nahi. They are going to shortlist and they are going to finally make sure that good students, not good, I'll say better students. Everyone is good. So people who are better than the good, they are only selected in. So this institute considers CAT, XAT, CMAT, ATMA and GMAT. See, 5 exams Welingkar accepts. So if you have scored good enough in any of these 5, you are allowed to, as in you are shortlisted. After the shortlisting, the college is going to call the aspirants for the group activity and PI rounds. Now, if you look at the weightages, almost 50% weightages for group activity and interview. So, either mein kuch kharab ho gaya. Suppose 10, 12 bachelor's marks is not good enough. So, what will happen? 12 mein suppose you score 7 or 8, right? You did not have 10 CGPA, you did not have more than 85 or 90% in your graduation or 12th mein, to score kam hoga. But you can cover it up if your group activity and interview goes very good. Because it's very easy to drop from 45 to 30 in interview. So, wo 15 ka difference will catch up with your extracurricular work experience, all of that. But you are going to get call, you are going to be shortlisted to receive a call for interviews and everything based on, first of all, CET score. Okay. So, those who perform well in the above rounds are selected based on several factors such as entrance tests, academic performance, work experience, group activity, interview rounds, like it is listed in this particular table. Top 3 colleges, JBIMS, SIMSREE, Welingkar, right? So, साइट टाइम पे आ जाया करो, स्कोर भी पता चल जाएगा, है ना? So this is the percentile that you are going to get at a particular score. And once you know at what score you are going to get a percentile, you would know that how much percentile is required for JBIMS. जैसे JBIMS में you need a 99.97 percentile. So वापस जाओ, 99.97 percentile will be at a score of 150 के आसपास, 150 to 155, right? That means if you want to get into JBIMS, your score should be 150 to 155. So everything is here, all discussed. Okay, now people are asking about what about Pumba, what about Xavier's, what about other 10 colleges, Thakur Institute and all that. So everything is there available online, right? Within half an hour, we cannot take care of all the 12 colleges. I only considered the top 3 because that's what I assume you guys are going to target the top colleges, right? You do have SIAS, you have Pumba, you have College of Engineering, St. Xavier's College, right? So you at least know the score so far. यहाँ लिखा हुआ है ना कितना percentile चाहिए? So if you want to get into Xavier's, you need a percentile of 99.4 second round admission process, right? 99.4 percentile you will get at what particular score? So 99.5 is at 137, 99 percentile is at 131. So you would need somewhere around 135 to get a 99.4 percentile. So that means if you get 135 score, so you can apply for Xavier's, or let's say Xavier's may give you a call if you have filled the form. So everything is here, everything, okay? So Varun, you will have the sessions for GDPIs, what all questions are asked. You will be given videos wherein they are going to discuss, as in pre-recorded videos as well as live videos like we do for other competitive exams, right? So hum only for out of Maharashtra students. No, these are standard score versus percentile within Maharashtra, out of Maharashtra. They do not discriminate. ऐसा नहीं है कि you are from out of Maharashtra, you need a 170 score to get a rank 1. And if you are within Maharashtra, you need a score of 120. They don't discriminate that. Rank is only rank 1. Pan India. Maharashtra is a part of it. But the percentile cutoffs, this is out of Maharashtra. This is all India merit. State of Maharashtra wise, I have shared the slides for the top colleges, top 3, right? So again, please check the websites of the colleges that you want to get into. There they will have the information. If they have already listed out the forms for the colleges, you will have to start filling. Or otherwise, once the result is out, then you will have to fill. I think when you apply for the form, you are eligible to fill some of the colleges already, right? For other colleges, you will of course have to fill them separately. Samir's percentile is going to change a bit. So you can expect a plus minus 2 or 3 for every percentile that we have seen. समीर ये हर साल से रहा है, सारे स्लॉट इजी नहीं होते, सारे डिफिकल्ट नहीं होते, कुछ इजी कुछ डिफिकल्ट होते, हर साल रहा है. If you would have given the paper last year, you would have said the same thing. So these scores are already normalized ones. Okay. So paper आसान था या difficult, it doesn't matter. You will get a score. Don't worry. MAHCET, NTA, right? NTA is the body which takes the exam. So they take care of it. Don't worry. If your paper was tough, you are like कि मेरे साथ बदसलूकी हो गई है, I am the unlucky person. ऐसा नहीं है. You're not the only panoti, right? There will be a lot of students in your slot whose paper would have been a difficult one. So you will get a good score. Actually, you are one of the lucky guys. People who had easy paper, they are going to be unlucky ones because what they are expecting, their score is going to dip. Suruchi result will come in the next 3 weeks at most, somewhere around 12th to 15th, 16th September. So yes, that's all about the expected cutoffs, looking at the previous years, all India, state-wise, the admission process of the top 3 colleges. And people who want to know the admission processes of the colleges that they are targeting, for example, you want to know about Pumba. What is the process? Go to their website. Go to the admission process. There they have listed क्या-क्या करने वाले हैं आपके साथ after the result is out. Are they going to take interview or it's a direct admission? As far as I remember, for Pumba, you have a direct admission. There is no intermediate round. So they're not going to take any PI. As far as I remember, Pumba में direct होता है. ठीक है, पर उसके लिए भी आपको percentile भी तो देखो भाई. If you are already at this percentile, I don't believe you are going to be worried about PI होगा कि नहीं होगा. You are already a very good student, right? Yes, Apeksha, these scores, the scores that I have shared, these are normalized scores, of course, because if the scores are not normalized, तो किसी को 137 पे 99.5 आया है, किसी को 150 पे भी 99.5 ही आया होगा, because this guy's paper was easy, this guy's paper was a difficult one. So difficult वाले का suppose 130 marks आया. So the person whose paper was easy will be decreased. The person whose paper was difficult, their marks is going to increase. So they will normalize. बराबर लेकर आ जाएंगे. It's not the average. They have their own formula, own software to normalize it. So you don't have to worry about that part. All these scores are normalized. Anyways, whatever you're going to get in your result, those are going to be normalized score. So आप expect कर रहे हो 145 marks. And the paper was easy. आपको आएगा 132 marks. And you will be complaining, अरे मेरे तो 145 सही था, 132 कैसे आ गया? Because this is normalized. Because your paper was easy, so they are going to decrease your marks. Same goes for someone who had a difficult paper. आप जो expect करो उससे ज्यादा आ जाएगा. So don't worry about it. The colleges, Siddesh, should start. Normally they start right after the admission process is done. Couple of months after that. So if the result is they're going to be in the month of September, और उसके बाद फिर प्रोसेस वगैरह सब होते होते maybe December, January, who knows, right? Those dates are still not out. So जब भी when the result is going to be out, they will give you at least couple of months. And people who are appearing for the exam right now, maybe they will start from the month of August, so that people will have their the graduation completed by then. Maximum by July, everybody's graduation will be over, right? Doesn't matter if you are in a 3-year graduation or a 4-year. शिवराज did not understand. Xavier accept PGDM. PGDM तो कोर्स है Xavier's के अंदर, तो PGDM क्यों एक्सेप्ट करता है? CET एक्सेप्ट करता होगा, बिल्कुल करता है. Xavier CET के अंडर आता है. This is the list, no? Xavier's College. Guys, your worry right now are only 2 things. Okay? देखो, ये ऐसा हो गया. I am a fresher. Suppose I'm giving an analogy. Please understand it. And you need to be very serious about this part. I am a fresher. I am yet to give my final semester exams. I am yet to appear for an interview. ठीक है? और मैं सपने देख रहा हूं कि मैं उस कंपनी में जाऊंगा जहां पर I will be paid 20 lakhs per annum, कम से कम. उसके नीचे कंपनी में जाऊंगा ही नहीं. फिर मैं खरीदूंगा गाड़ी 3 महीने बाद. फिर मैं 2 साल बाद घर खरीदूंगा. फिर मैं यहां घूमने जाऊंगा, वहां घूमने जाऊंगा. अबे पहले एग्जाम दो सेमेस्टर का, कंप्लीट योर कॉलेज, देन अपीयर फॉर कॉलेज, देन अपीयर फॉर कंपनी, गेट इनटू अ जॉब. 4 लाख के पहले सैलरी वाला ढूंढो, फिर 5 ढूंढना, फिर 10. राइट? यू कैन नॉट ड्रीम सो मच. सो राइट नाउ इफ यू गाइज आर थिंकिंग जेवियर का क्या पैटर्न है, वेलिंकर का क्या पैटर्न है, दो आई हैव टोल्ड यू दैट. बट व्हाई आर यू वरीड अबाउट द पैटर्न? रिजल्ट आया और इनमें से किसी के लायक नहीं रहे, तो सपने क्यों देख रहे हो? सो योर वरी राइट नाउ इज what would be your result, and when your result is going to be declared, it might be too late, right, to start preparing for interviews. So start watching videos based on group activity kya hota hai, what is writing ability test. Start writing things. You can't be like, okay मेरा हो जाएगा फिर शुरू करेंगे. तब तो फिर वो lay back attitude है. You are not serious about it, you are serious about dreaming कि ये कॉलेज का क्या करेंगे, उसका क्या करेंगे. रिजल्ट आने दो. If your result is going to be good enough, then see कि which all colleges you can target, which all colleges you can go to. If you are like, oh, I have got a rank of 600, all India rank मेरा 600. 600 अगर rank है, then I am like कि अरे I can go to, you know, worst case scenarios, Saint Xavier या उससे ऊपर वाले सारे कॉलेज में एडमिशन हो सकता है मेरा. If I look into second round, right? When I'm saying 600, 655 is 50 plus minus उतना चलेगा. If you want to be on the safer side, you should be like कि भाई SIES top 4 colleges से I will get a call or I can convert it. पर convert आपका स्कोर देख के नहीं करेंगे ना. Convert आपका 10th standard का 10 CGPA देख के नहीं करेंगे. अरे बंदे ने 10th standard में 10 CGPA लेकर आया था, इसका एडमिशन ले लेते हैं. नहीं. They're going to look into your interview, right? तो इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन वोंट हैपन कि एक बार इंटरव्यू दे देते हैं, छोटे भाई को बैठा के उसके सामने गप कर लेते हैं. That's not what will happen in the actual interview. So you need to restart. I mean, you need to study everything that you have studied in your graduation. Because if you have, suppose you are in an engineering college and you have taken, let's say, mechanical. First year में mechanical subject से वो कुछ भी पूछ देंगे इंटरव्यू में. And the moment you say, sir, that was 4 years ago, sir, that was 3 years ago, sir, I'm working, that was 5 years ago, sir, I don't know, I've forgotten, बोलेंगे निकलो बाहर. That's the reason why so many students don't make it. That's why they have to bring in कि बेटा तुम्हारे से नहीं होगा, let me call some more serious students. Because they are concerned about the value of their institute. Just because you are going to be sentimental or you have a good CET, percentile, a good 10 CGPA, they don't care about that. So all those colleges that are going to take interviews, they will have a huge weightage to that. Please start preparing right from today. Start reading about what is happening around the world, what happens in stocks and markets, economics. Again, you can't be like, sir, I am a doctor. How would I know what happens in stocks? They don't care about it. If you're going to be an MBA, you should know everything. Okay? So, Stop asking questions to yourself कि ये कॉलेज होगा तो क्या करेंगे, वो कॉलेज होगा तो क्या करेंगे. Xavier's में ज्यादा ऐश होता है, so I'll go to Xavier's. तो सपने रह जाएंगे, right? If you get a call from Xavier's, you'll have to convert it. So start preparing. Got it? That's the truth. Okay. So sorry for being harsh, but it will be too late later on when I say कि यार अब तो 2 weeks बचे हैं, अब तो कॉल आ गया है, what will you do in your interview? 2 weeks में तो कुछ नहीं होगा. फिर क्या करोगे? रोने से तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा, right? Mayur, where are you? Not a single college has GDPI through CET. GD is not there. I agree. PI तो है. JBIMS is also going to have PI. Your Welingkar is also going to have PI. If you are from the state of Maharashtra, you may not have it. But students who are out of Maharashtra, they will definitely have it. Okay. Go to the websites of those colleges. No, do you think those colleges are going to like I take an interview? Like नहीं, मुझे पता है क्योंकि कोरा में बोला था कि नहीं होता इंटरव्यू. तो तुम कॉलेज कैसे बोल सकते हो अपने एडमिशन के लिए? ऐसे नहीं होता है. So if you want to know the facts, instead of going to the Quora or going to the Telegram and WhatsApp forwards, go directly to the college's websites. They have listed down the processes. Okay. So that's all. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to erase everything so that later on you guys can quickly go through all the slides, take this screenshot so that you will have some data to look into once the results are out. So people who are appearing for CET, who have appeared for CET this year and who wish to appear for CAT and other MBA exams, we have our comprehensive program where we will have, industry's say highest number of live sessions. Okay. So with a serial 99 percentilers in CAT. Serial 99 percentilers means there are all the faculties, they have scored at least 99 percentile throughout. For example, my CAT percentile had been 100 percentile last year itself, 2021 mein. Okay? So it was 99.9 something previous year. In my section of LRDI in Quant, I had 100 percentile. So, not any random faculty is going to teach you. People who know how to score a good percentile will definitely help you out. There are going to be more than 90 topics covered in 3 sessions. Okay. 300 plus recorded sessions you will get. Those recorded sessions are not going to be recorded, pre-recorded, but the live sessions you are going to attend, those are going to be recorded and available to you. You can any day change your batch as well, which is a very good thing. You will have 70 plus full mock tests from all the MBA exams, not just CAT, but IFT, ZAT, MAHCET, NMAT, SNAP. So it will help you prepare strategy for your competitive exams. You will have over 10,000 practice questions. You have got over 1500 questions discussed in the class itself. Apart from that, you have 10,000 questions. Okay. ये इतने questions हैं that if you solve 30 questions every day, then also you won't be able to cover in a year, right? You will get 4 books also to practice with solved examples, and you will have GDPI VAT concepts discussed in the live and recorded sessions. Something which Varun was asking. जैसे कैट में करते हैं वैसे आपको बाकी कॉलेजेस के लिए भी होता है. So everybody please who are watching, please do like the video. If you have any query, please comment. I will get back to you in the comment section and help you out with whatever query you have. Don't forget to share it with your friends who are also writing MAHCET, who have written MAHCET this year, and do subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube. Please do like our Facebook posts and follow us there. And if you guys have any doubts, please do join our Telegram channel. Every day, hundreds of doubts are shared over there and they're resolved. Okay. People who don't know, you can get our BYJU'S exam prep app. And just like YouTube, we have at least 50 video lectures that happen every day on our app from all exams. At least 50. So you have got SBI, you have got banking, you have got CDS, defense related, you have got UPSC, you have got MBA. हर दिन बहुत सेशंस होते हैं. So you can get all of that for free. All the links are in the description below so that you don't have to search it. You can just click on it. Thank you. Issue, Maharashtra student, non-Maharashtra student. Issue, Maharashtra, non-Maharashtra. Okay, no reply from Issue. I think she or he has left. Okay, thank you.